What is going on, guys? This is Ben here. I hope you all are doing well. So with the release of Brawl Stars right around the corner, there's going to be a lot of new players coming in, and hopefully this video can help you out for anyone that wants to learn more about Brawl Stars and just give you guys some good tips for basically how to maybe gain trophies faster, how to progress faster, a lot about brawlers, and just maybe how to play better. I plan to do a lot more videos like this in the future and also have a ton of fun videos on the channel as well and strategy videos. So stay tuned, subscribe if you're not already, and let's get into the video. So the first thing you need to know about Brawl Stars is the different brawlers in the game. There is so many different types and they all do their own different thing and are unique in their own way. But they are all broken down into different categories based on what they do in the game. So there are short range brawlers, which include Bull, Shelly, Primo, Frank, Daryl, and Mortis. And then we have the mid-range brawlers, which is Nita, Leon, Tara, Spike, Poco, and Crow. And then there's another subcategory in the mid-range, which is thrower brawlers that throw things, and that is Dynamite and Barley. And we also have the long-range brawlers, which is Colt, Jesse, Brock, Bo, Ricochet, Penny, Piper, and Pam. You can even start branching out from those categories and going into healer, sniper, assassin, and all that stuff. But for now, we're just going to keep it simple and just go over the short range, mid range, and long range brawlers. And each of them has their own unique main attack. Every single brawler has 3 charges of their main attack that you can see under your health bar, and those reload over time. Some reload faster than others. So now I want to talk about the basic mechanics of shooting. There is auto aiming and there is regular aiming. What auto aiming is basically just tapping that red button and it's going to automatically shoot for you. What it's going to do is pick the closest brawler, the closest object that it can be shot, and shoot it for you. Be warned though, do not try and get super reliant on auto aiming, because as you progress in trophies, it's going to actually hinder you and it's going to miss a ton of shots. So try your best to actually manually aim, especially with mid to longer range brawlers. But I will say the best uses for auto aim is with shotgun brawlers, or when brawlers are really close to you. So that is when I would say that's when you want to use it. If someone is right on top of you, don't try and basically aim manually. Just spam that auto aim. It's going to be very accurate. That's why a lot of shotgun brawlers you want to use it. So say Shelly, Bull, Daryl, even Primo. If you're in close quarter fights, that's when it's the best to use it. But now when you're at mid-range to long range, that's more when you want to get that manual. And I'm telling you guys now, try your best to not be super reliant on that auto aim, because as you progress, it's going to help you in the long run. And now I want to go a little bit more in depth on the super. This has a wide variety of things of what it can be. I'll get into a few, but how you charge this, basically just deal damage to enemy brawlers, land your shots from your main attack, and it's going to slowly charge it up. How fast this super ability charges though depends on the brawler though, because some brawlers charge this really fast. Some charge it really slow. It's just all very dependent, and also it depends on how well you're landing your shots and dealing damage as well. Now there also is different categories for which each super falls into. Mainly there's going to be supers that are attack supers that deal damage, there's supers that heal, and then there are spawnable items. So what attack supers are is when you use the super, it is going to also deal damage to other brawlers and do some sort of attack. These a lot of times involve jumps or just increased attack damage to your attacks. And so these are good as using for finisher attacks or engagements, if you're right on top of a brawler. And then also these are good for maybe if you have a jump, a Primo super, you can jump away to save yourself, or if you want to jump to another part of the map. Now there's another category to the attack supers. Some of their supers are going to be able to actually open up the map and destroy walls on the map. And this is very key for a lot of game modes. For instance, Dynamite, when he gets a super, he has this big cannonball, and that is going to deal a ton of damage, and it's going to destroy any walls in the area. And then same with Brock's super, when he gets it, he's going to fire down a ton of missiles, and that's going to open it up. And that is very useful on a lot of maps. And we will be getting into it a little bit later, when it is optimal to be opening up the map and destroying walls and stuff with those supers. Next up, we have healing supers. So for right now, there's only 2, and that is Pam and Poco. So these supers, Pam throws down a spawnable item. That's another category that we'll get into very soon here, but her spawnable items throws down this healing station, and anyone in that range is going to heal up. The other super is Poco. At first, you may think your super is going to deal a ton of damage because it has a really long range and it looks like his attack, but no, that is actually a burst heal that's going to heal your teammates and anyone that gets hit by that burst of your teammates, not enemies. But yeah, so Poco and Pam are very good for healing brawlers and keeping people alive. And the next one are turret supers, so that's kind of where Penny falls into it as well. And spawnable items, I guess, are thrown here. So that is Jessie, Penny, Nita. They all throw down things on the map. The only one right now that currently has something that moves around the map is Nita with her bear. And then Jessie has a turret that basically just shoots her turret and is really annoying to deal with. And then Penny has like a very long range mortar. So those are kind of the different types of supers we have right now. We did just get one introduced with a new brawler, Leon. He has invisibility with his super, which is really, really cool. So I assume as time goes on, more and more unique things are going to get added with these supers, and we'll just have to wait and see on that. So now I'm going to talk about the fastest way to gain trophies here, and I'm going to talk about all the different game modes really, really quickly here. So first off, there is Showdown. That is you versus 10 other players, and basically whoever takes first gets the most trophies. If you take last, you have the potential to lose a lot of trophies. Then there is Duo Showdown, where it is 5 teams of 2, and it's still the same style where it's everyone versus everyone except for you have a teammate. And then there is Gem Grab, where gems spawn in the middle of the map and you are trying to collect and hold on to 10 of those with your entire team. And then after a 15-second cooldown of holding on to 10 gems, you are the winner of the match. And I believe the gems spawn like every 5 seconds or so in the middle of the map. Next up is, this is kind of like, I like to call it as like team deathmatch, but it's kind of different where if you get a kill, you get more stars or a bigger bounty on your head. And then if someone kills you, they take your bounty, and then that increases their bounty. And then, so it's just kind of very back and forth, because say you're dominating early on and you're getting a bunch of kills and you have a huge bounty, but it's still a very close match. Say the enemy comes and kills you like right at the last second, they get your entire bounty, which if it's massive, it's gonna push them over the edge and win the map. So bounty is very back and forth. Try not to die and just be okay there. Next up is Brawl Ball. It's basically like football or soccer. First 2 goals wins the match. And we have Heist, which is basically 2 safes are on each side of the map, and you're trying to deal damage to each other's safe. And if you take out the safe, you win, or if times run out, whoever has dealt the most damage to the safe will be the winner. So now that you guys know every game mode, I'm going to tell you what I think is the fastest route to go, and then after I'll give you guys some tips for each of the game modes as well. So the fastest way to gain trophies, if you are a brand new player or have low, like you just unlocked a new brawler and you're trying to rank it up fast, is Showdown. The reason for this is if you take a like 10th place or anything or really low early on, you're gonna lose like minuscule trophies or 0 if any. And the upside for winning, you're gonna get like 8 or whatever. So Showdown is definitely the best for early on trophy pushing and just grinding up trophies right away. I will say that does kind of slow down eventually though, because after a certain amount of time, when you get a certain amount of trophies, 5th place is kind of the key, because it starts to be where if you don't take 5th place, if you take 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, or 10th, you're gonna lose trophies. So you have to place better than 5th. So always shoot for 5th place or better, because then you're gonna get +1 trophies, and then if you take 1st, you're gonna get 7. So sometimes you might get a little unlucky in Showdown and you might get frustrated with it. So this is where the other fastest way that I've noticed is to get a good team, like build up players that maybe that your friends or you've met online, and start playing with them a lot, get down their play styles so you guys can grow together as a team and just run team gem grabs. Now it might be a little bit struggle at first if like you're new with your team, but as you guys get experience and learn together, you just get so much trophies fast after just winning, because you guys have a huge advantage as a team versus players that are going in by themselves in gem grab or whatever. You can communicate, or you just know that what so-and-so is gonna do or what brawler they're gonna play, so you can have optimal team comps and everything. So that's a little bit later on. Also, I'd say like the absolute fastest way to win a match is Brawl Ball, because you can literally end the match in like 20-25 seconds, like just score 2 quick goals. Now your team probably has to be a little bit good, but it can get you trophies incredibly fast if you keep winning and winning and winning, because those matches a lot of times can go quick. But Brawl Ball also sometimes it can go backfire on you. You can lose very, very quick as well. Heist and Bounty are very fun game modes. I like them a lot. I love playing them. But like if you're just literally seriously just trying to grind trophies as fast as you can, that's typically not the way you want to go, because those matches have countdowns of 2 minutes. So you have to always wait for those entire 2 minutes to end before you can get on to the next match. Whereas Gem Grab, it's whoever gets that 10 gems first, and then for the Brawl Ball, it's whoever scores those 2 first. So although they can be very effective, like if you have a good team and you're able to win constantly, you're going to rise the trophies fast. Just in terms of like length of match and how much trophies you could gain, it's a little bit slower. And now I kind of left this one for last because Duo Showdown is actually currently the worst game mode to like push trophies fast because, and I would say the hardest, because there's 5 teams. If you take 5th or 4th, you're going to lose trophies. But if you are at a decent trophy range, 3rd, you're going to gain 0 trophies. 2nd gets 3 trophies and 1st gets 6. But Duo Showdown is very hard to consistently take 1st, and with the skewed like trophy range where if you beat 2 other teams, you're still not going to really get any trophies. So that's why Duo Showdown, although it is very fun, I love it, I like playing it a lot, it is pretty slow if you're trying to gain trophies very fast. Now the next thing I want to discuss is the fastest way to progress through the game. This is leveling up your brawlers, getting brawl boxes, getting tokens, and all that other stuff. So every single day in the shop, you are going to get something free. It could be a brawl box, it could be coins, it could be power points. Power points are what you use to level up your brawlers, and as you get the certain amount of power points that's needed to upgrade them, you use gold to upgrade your brawler. So make sure every day you go into the shop and collect whatever it is because hey, it is free. Now I want to get into the next thing which is free, which helps you get brawl boxes, which is brawl box tokens. Bottom right hand side of the screen, you're going to see the battle button, and a little bit above that, that is where the tokens you can earn from winning matches is. So as you win matches, after the match, it's going to show you how much tokens you earned, and that's going to go towards your brawl boxes. Now, if you deplete that, it's also going to give you a little bit of a timer as to when you can earn more tokens. So always make sure, if that is maxed out at 100, to go and win some matches so you're not wasting just sitting on time waiting for those tokens to regenerate. Another thing too is if you look at the events tab, you're going to see above every mode a new event in this amount of time. When a new event comes, it's going to say new, and if you click on that, it's going to give you a couple tokens as well. Make sure, even if you're not going to be playing those game modes, to periodically check in and just tap on them to get those free tokens. Now, I highly do recommend you at least try and win on each map or new game mode, because when the new mode comes in or the new map comes in for that game mode, there's going to be a star token for it. And what a star token is after every first win on that new mode that just popped up, it's going to go towards your big boxes, and you only get that after the first match. And also just from playing and winning in general, you're going to increase your XP, and you're going to be able to see your level on your profile. And every time you level up, it's also going to give you more tokens. Right now, there's nothing really significant associated with your level. It's kind of just used for maybe bragging rights. Next thing that gets you a lot of free stuff is the trophy road. If you go to the top left, click on that. As you increase your trophies, you're going to get a ton of nice rewards. You can get power points, boxes, brawlers even, coins. It's just a lot of things. So that's why maybe you want to progress faster in trophies, because as you progress, your trophy road is going to progress, and it's just going to help you get further in the game. Now, the last thing about progressing faster is the special events tab. That is the 5th slot on the bottom when you go to the maps and modes, and this comes around on the weekends. So these are 2 days events that are tickets. So every time a new event does come out, you can, when it says new, you click on it, it gives you 2 tickets. Make sure you do these special events and try your player best, because they're going to give you a ton of tokens. Every time these events come around and are available to play on the weekend, in the shop, there is going to be gem offers for tickets. If you are okay spending gems, if you're not, it's totally fine. But if you are okay spending gems or whatever, this is actually the most bang for your buck for gem spending, is getting these tickets, because the fastest way to get tokens and get brawl boxes, which in turn levels you up and levels up your brawlers and everything, have a better chance to unlock more brawlers, is winning these events. So definitely spend your gems on tickets if you want. It's the best bang for your buck. Now, I know some of you are probably still wondering, well, how do I get new brawlers to play with? Through the trophy road, as you get trophies, it's going to show you the specific brawler, what trophies you need to be at to unlock it. The other way is opening up brawl boxes and unlocking them. There is a way to check your luck percentage or the chance that you have of pulling one of these brawlers out of the chest. All you have to do is go to the shop, and then if you go down to the brawl boxes, you can either click on the big box, the mega box, doesn't really matter. If you see the eye with the circle around it on the top left, you're going to click on that, and it is going to pull up the screen that shows you your power coins, your power points plus coins chance, your rare brawler chance, your super rare brawler chance, your epic brawler chance, mythic brawler, legendary brawler, and everything else, and star power. So these chances fluctuate. They're not always constant. So what's going to happen is, as you open up more brawl boxes and you do not pull a new brawler, these chances are going to increase. It's going to be like, all right, you haven't unlocked a brawler in a long time, so we're going to increase your chance to help you hopefully pull one soon. Now, when you do pull a brawler, though, these chances are going to go down. Now, some of you, though, might have your legendary brawler chance around 0 or close to 0. Don't worry, that's probably because you just maybe unlocked a new brawler or you may be new to the game. But as you over time open up like more chests and aren't getting brawlers, that legendary chance will increase over time, and hopefully you can get a legendary brawler soon. I am very curious though, if any of you have opened up like your first couple boxes and you pulled a legendary, definitely let us know in the comments or tweet at me or whatever. You are incredibly lucky. Now, after seeing all the odds, you may question yourself, do I have a better chance of pulling a legendary brawler out of a mega brawl box, a big box, or a regular box? And the answer is, it's the same probability across all of those boxes. Like the mega box doesn't have a higher probability of pulling a brawler. It's gonna be the same. And now we're on the last topic, which I wanted to discuss, and this is gameplay tips, like things that should help you in game while battling. I'll say some of these are very basic and some of these are a little bit more in depth, but overall they're good tips that anyone should know. So the first one is, when you are low on health, if possible, try and run away, stop shooting, let yourself regain health, and then rejoin the fight. It's really key in team game modes to not die sometime. Just remember, if you're low HP, take those few seconds, heal up, and then get back in. Next tip here for Showdown, early on, you really want to prioritize getting those boxes on the map because they're going to give you power cubes that increase your damage and health. Late in the game, usually the brawler that's going to win is the brawler that has the most power cubes. So it's okay to not get all those kills in the beginning. If you were the one that's getting those boxes and beefing up your power cube count, you're going to be a monster and usually going to win the match. This one I have seen so many times, and this is like a PSA here. In gem grab, if you have a high amount of gems, like 5, 6, 7, 8, stay back. You do not want to be super aggressive if you have a ton of gems. It's the worst feeling in the world, and your teammates are going to hate you if you have 8 gems and you're all the way across in your opponent's side of the map and you die and you give the opponent all 8 of those gems, and then now they're on cooldown and they win the match. So if you have a high gem count in gem grab, keep in the back of your mind, I need to play passive here and basically not give these gems to the enemy, or try my best to not give these gems to the enemy. If they push up on you in your spawn where all your teammates are around and they take you out, kill all your team, take those gems and bounce out and win, that's a different story. So now also going along with gem grab here is, if you're playing with a team, you're really able to do this, where you really want to try your best to only have one gem carrier. Now sometimes that doesn't always happen, you're not always able to get it, but try your best, like coordinate with your teams. All right, usually it's the healer or like the brawler that is playing, because usually you want to have like a left lane brawler, which is on the left side, a mid lane brawler, and a right lane brawler, and you kind of want to try and stay in those lanes if you can. It's going to make your life a lot easier. But yeah, you want to keep one brawler being the gem carrier, and usually that's the one that's the mid laner, that usually like a healer or like basically like a Pam, a Penny, a Poco, and even Jessie. Typically those are the gem carriers you're going to see, and they're the ones that are usually collecting the gems, being a little bit on the safe side, not overextending to the other enemy team 2 side. So try your best to just have that one gem carrier. Now it's a little bit difficult if you're going in solo, but with a team, define those roles beforehand. But don't just hand those gems to the enemy team. Now this next one kind of follows along the same lines as if you have a lot of gems in gem grab. So if you have a big bounty in bounty, you want to stay back. You don't really want to be super aggressive, because a lot of times if the enemy team kills someone with a super high bounty on the enemy team, it's going to either put them in the lead or be very, very close to catching up. So just play super cautious. I mean, you can still try and take out other brawlers and whatnot, but don't be just like running around their entire spawn. Just keep running at them. Like if you have a big bounty, play it a little bit safe and chill back. And that falls into the next point too. If your team is winning in bounty, you don't usually want to keep running to them. Usually if you are winning in bounty, you want to make the enemies have to come to you, because a lot of times there's long range brawlers that you're using and it's just easier to see where they're coming from, and you can predict it better how to take them out. So in bounty, if your team is winning, typically stay back, make the enemy team come to you. So now this tip's kind of for Brawl Ball and Heist. Don't be afraid to use your supers that basically destroy walls just to open up the map. So do not be afraid to use a Brock super to open up the walls in front of the Heist. That's going to make it a lot easier to get to the Heist safe. Or even in Brawl Ball, do not be afraid to open up the walls in front of the goal, because it's going to make your shot a lot easier, or you can just walk straight to the goal and stuff. So even if there is maybe no brawlers there, like to hurt, opening up those maps sometimes is the big difference in winning the game. Another thing in Brawl Ball too is, say a lot of your teammates may be dropped, or you're having a tough time dealing with some brawlers and you need more time to reset. Do not be afraid to throw that ball behind your goal, because it's going to give you a lot of time. Get the enemy brawlers off the side of your map, or just gain control again and then bring it out when you feel more comfortable. So the next couple things deal with your shooting. There's a thing called peek shooting. This is when there's a wall in front of you and you're able to like go to the left of it. So how it works is you go to the left of it, aim down, shoot your shot, and go right behind the wall again. You can do this with like Brock, Piper. You can do this with any brawler really, but it's very effective with them because they have that such long range. So you just like line up your shot, you go across the wall, you shoot it, and you instantly go back. It's gonna make it incredibly difficult for you to get hit, and then also your shot is still gonna go through. So it's very good for protection. The other thing I want to talk about is strafing. So try and get the habit of like going left to right, or maybe left or right, and you just kind of go in this like back and forth movement when you shoot. It's gonna make your enemy brawler kind of like a little bit different. Don't just like continue to go left and only go on the left path. It's gonna make it basically easy for you to get shot and the enemy to line up their shot on you. So the left to right shots, strafing back and forth. You want to do that when you're shooting. So that is all that I have for today. So hopefully if you guys were new to Brawl Stars or you have yet to maybe download it for when Global comes out, hopefully you learned a little bit something about it. And when you first try it out, hopefully you can use these tips to make you better. Also stay tuned. I will be doing a bunch more tip videos and everything, more in-depth stuff as well, higher trophy gameplay and whatever. You'll see it here. So definitely leave a like if you guys did enjoy it. If you have some other tips that you think would be useful to other players as well, do not be afraid to comment down below. But thank you guys for watching. Subscribe, hit the bell notification. I'll see you guys later.